Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and it is Wednesday the 8th of January 2020, and this is the daily analysis for Euro, Cable and the Aussie dollar. And let's start off with the Euro, where at the start of the week it has recovered to retest the previous support, now resistance zone at the 112 area, and also just retested the upper channel trend line before pulling back down yesterday back to the 62 fib retracement level, and falling back below this intermediate support zone. Now it could be potential resistance as well, just below the daily 200 EMA and the monthly pivot. And this week's weekly pivot is at 111.74. We will see now there could be a consolidation below the monthly pivot, and probably back down to the 50% fib retracement level where the lower channel trend line is. So this could be a potential narrow range before the next breakout. Either break down below towards the possibly the 38 fib retracement level where the weekly S1 level is at just above 111, or it needs to break out higher above this previous swing high here, but it looks like it's going to be short-term bearish for now. Although Monday's services PMI was better than expected, and this helped to boost the euro in the short term, but then falling back with a neutral CPI, flash CPI estimate yesterday. No further news this week, and it will be exposed to either the US non-farm payroll report on Friday, or if there's any new developments in the geopolitical scene. But for now, there's nothing to really give a boost to the euro. Alright, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be consolidating and retracing lower towards this support zone at the 111 area, or just above it. Alright, let's move on to the cable. Cable as well, similarly at a good services PMI data for the UK on Monday. Gave it an intermediate relief back up to retest the 132 level, but then falling back to just right at the weekly pivot now at this week is at 131.38. So it's also consolidating below the monthly pivot, and from the 132 down to the 131 area, so this 100 pip range here. And also there's no further news this week, so also exposed to the US non-farm payroll report on Friday. Alright, let me remove this short-term Fibonacci level. perhaps move this to this area here. So look at the retracement, fib retracement from this recent swing low. Swing high, so its weekly pivot is hovering around the 50% fib area. So it's settling around that 50% fib, and we'll see whether there's a further retracement later this week. Next key support is of course the 130 level. This will be the next key resistance. But meanwhile, it's locked in between the 131 and 132 level. All right, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. And we could flip this around just to see the extension move. Oops, I did that already. And yes, it already hit the 138 fib extension just at the 0.7028 level and fell all the way back at the start of the year, and already fell through the 0.69 level. And this week's weekly pivot is much higher at 0.6970. So that has been broken through, and it's just hovering at the weekly S2 pivot level, right? Right near the daily 55 EMA. So this intermediate support at the daily 200 that's been breached, and this will be another key resistance now, and so is this level at 0.69. So it's finding some support at the moment at this level at the weekly S2 pivot, also due to some positive data with building approvals this morning, and it's holding at the moment. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Right, so it's trying to retrace higher to retest the 0.69 level that it fell through from, and we'll see if it can climb up higher to the next intermediate zone, probably around 0.6920. But otherwise it's going to be consolidating as well within this zone, about the 50 pip zone. Right, there's a couple more news from Australia with trade balance tomorrow and retail sales, and of course the US non-farm payroll report on Friday. So we'll see whether it's able to hold this area of support. Otherwise there could be further potential downside. If we also extend this previous trend line, that's where additional support is as well, from It's a lower trend line of the triangle. Alright, so do check out my other video on spot gold and dollar yen, where those two safe haven plays are really being displayed with the geopolitical tension with Iran, US and Iran. And do trade cautiously. Have a good trading week then, and we'll follow up on the weekend. And cheers.